Yo, welcome to episode 17. Today I'm joined by Brian Harrington from Rockford, Illinois. Yeah, around my area. Not too far from Elgin, Illinois. He's a hip hop artist, and he's an activist. He did 13 years in prison, and he was cleansed by the governor of Illinois. Governor J.B. Pritzker. Clemency got him out of jail out of 13 years. A black man. Say. Episode 17 is jam packed. Turn this up. Turn this all the way up, motherfucker. Yo, teamwork make the dream work. That is so true. We learned that firsthand building this podcast. Just want to salute each and every one of you that have donated to this podcast. Salute each and every one of you that have had the heart to donate. We just want to say thank you to you as well. You guys have been a blessing to us. So now we want to be a blessing to you. Be a blessing, receive a blessing. Now when you donate to us, you receive a blessing from us. First option. Any donation $5 and up, you get to submit any question or any comment, and I will answer your question or just your comment live on an upcoming episode and shout you out. Any donation $10 and up, you get to pick a topic, any topic you want of an upcoming episode of this podcast. Plus everything in the first option. Any donation $20 and up, get to be my guest on an upcoming episode of this podcast. Plus everything in the first and second option. Any donation, $50 and up, you get to be a partner in crime. Yeah, you heard me. Partner in crime. You get to co-host an upcoming episode of this podcast. You get to see my notes, her notes, his notes, behind the scenes. You get to co-host an upcoming episode of this podcast with us. Plus, you get everything in the first option, second option, and third option. Can't beat that. And any donation over $100, this podcast belongs to you. Everything is in your hands. From the topic, to the guests, to the arrangements, to the credit. Plus, everything in the first option, second option, third option, and fourth option. Be a blessing, you receive a blessing. Now when you be a blessing to us, be a blessing to you. Send all donations to Cash Up, $. Be not then be us. Giving is living. Help make this podcast number one. We're changing how media is done. It's your boy Chris Cash, aka I'm Elgin, aka Man of Many Talents, aka Last of a Dying Breed, aka Cash Adonis. And you're listening to the world's most exciting and informational podcast on the planet. Man, I don't know how much can you guys for you guys to want to be annoyed about me. But I really further ado, man, let me shut up because I never get none right. You know what I mean? People never tune in to listen to me. Okay, brother, why don't you tell everybody who you be?
My name is King MOOSA. I am a hip hop artist. I do portrait drawings to bring awareness to juvenile justice. I'm a 29-year-old young black man trying to, better the movement in all ways. I was incarcerated at the age of 14, and through I got sentenced to 25 years in prison, actually. But my sentence ended up being commuted by the governor 2 years ago. But yeah, during my incarceration, man, I started to advocate for juveniles and how they treat juveniles in America when it comes to treating them like an adult in the court system. So like while in there, I made my life works. You know what I'm saying? I became this great artist using my portraits to bring awareness to my case. So I might draw, some a child with the head of thorns, crown of thorns on his head, and I might call him someone like Jesus or something, and just get people to look like, why is this black boy being crucified? Get people to think. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just a man with a message for sure.
Where you from, bro? Again, where you from?
Rockford, Illinois, man. Rockford, Illinois, 815, man. Home, got everything. Shell Williams, you know what I'm saying? Fred Feet, King MOOSA, those type of guys,
Rockford in the building, damn it. Okay. Before I got on, man, he probably said, okay, now let me listen in because he's finna tell me about he was late, damn it. Because I was talking to one of my homeboys and I was excited, man. I'm like, I'm finna talk to someone that's from around our area, Rockville, Illinois. Man, my stomping grounds, Rockville, Elgin. I lived out there, Horseman Street and
Yeah.
Andrews. I know, man. I know. I
Oh,
got people out.
you know
Yeah,
about the West. You know about the
yeah,
West.
yeah, man. I got family out there, man. I definitely rock with Rockford, man. And I definitely rock with you, and I want everybody else to do the same. You was locked up, brother. And wait a minute, bro. You said you was Clemens by who?
I got a clemency by Pritzker, the governor. My sentence was commuted.
Now, I shouldn't say this, and I always was told if you ain't got nothing to say, don't say that at all, David. Okay, but
They don't say none at all.
I'm not a biggest fan of him,
Yeah,
but that's some dope ish. Because I'm
yeah.
here talking to a brother that is truly making a difference in his community through through the art, through the gift, your skill that you got, and you are definitely making a difference from people that have been locked up. Why did he shine a light on you? Out of all the people, a black man, you know what I'm saying? Why did he have mercy on you? Why did he give you clemency?
Yeah, man. To touch on why you said like, man, you really don't rock with like before this. I didn't rock with political figures at all because I feel like the political game is played. It's played, right? It's played, man. It's start out. It's propaganda. Is they using. You know what I'm saying? Wool over your eyes. They don't want you to see what it really is, and they give you a whole bunch of numbers, and they run campaigns behind BS. I know that, and I was just like you. I really didn't give respect to these people who can make change. They in position to make change, and they always choose not to. But like COVID was a gift and a curse. It was a gift and a curse, but in the way that it was a gift, it allowed for the governor's office to be like, what can they do with trying to stop COVID from spreading as fast as it was inside the institutions? So the first place they looked was first they looked to people who was elderly and that didn't really need to be in prison no longer. But so keeping them there made them a risk to get COVID and die. They released them. And then they was like, that's not enough. We need to release more. So then they started to look at people who had like lower level offenses, which I did not qualify for. But since I already had a clemency on his desk, they started to look at clemencies too as a third option to release people. And so when they finally looked at this, like clemency was a shot in the dark in Illinois. Nobody filed clemencies because it never worked. So for them to be like, man, okay, they looked at my case and they had to see, I was locked up at 14, but not only that, I I, I accomplished everything academically prison could offer. I bettered myself mentally, spiritually. I was a leader. I created programs that still exist inside the institution right now. Transformative therapeutic rehabilitation through the arts was something that I started inside that's still going on. So they saw a lot of this and they was like, okay, this is a guy who fit the bill. I let him go. 9 out of 10, he's still going to be on a straight and narrow path. You know what I'm saying? Because I was doing it for so long inside. It was like it was a low risk. It was a low risk for them, and it paid off. And it paid off for sure. So for that, I salute him, and I hope that they keep him because before him, nobody got clemency, and it was people who was deserving, and he's been releasing people. So man, shout out to that. But definitely, I hate the political game.
You say you created some programs in there, and you just mentioned. Can you highlight the program again? And when you say that it's still going on now, what do you mean by that?
So, 2019, I was in a position where it was Black History Month, and an institution wanted to rely on somebody. I was already an art teacher at the time, so they wanted to rely on somebody that already had the people and people respected, people looked up to, and they wanted me to create a show. They just wanted a show, and so I was like, we got to do something different. Let's do something. Let's create a play, right? Let's create a play. Let's write up a script. Let's have some guys get up there and act, and we do the whole nine. So me and this guy named Brian Bill and Darius Flanker and Darian Benson, we sat down, man. We hit the drawing board and we came up with this program, and we proposed it to the warden. Now, ain't no relationship between us and the warden at the time, so it got shot down. You know what I'm saying? They just shot it back to us and told us that was too far fetched. So we was like, you know what? We gonna do trial runs. So we started, since they let us do a show, we started doing shows, inviting people. We invited the warden one time, and we invited him, and he saw it, and he was like, damn, y'all did that from prison. You know what I'm saying? So what we did was we started to teach people how to how to not only just feel the problem, but express the problem in a positive way, in a positive manner. And so we taught people how to, man, come up with, think about their life and come up with short stories and scenes that we created into plays. You know what I'm saying? So that was dope. And then we rocked concerts through it too. So it was fun for sure.
Man, listen, man. Now you know you ain't gonna say it to no black person out there asking about, man, no percentage.
Cash Cam.
News, Cash Cam listeners. You can now take Cash Cam everywhere you go. Never miss an exclusive interview. Now available on all major platforms.
Yo, I'd like to say thank you for tuning in. Make sure you download this episode and make sure you tell all of your friends and family do the same. I mean, everybody that have eyes, have a brain, and have a soul. Make sure you download every episode. You ain't trying to get in and like, hey man, hey, I need to get in. You know, maybe we can talk about some.
Yeah, you know what, man? It's some talks right now for me, Chance the Rapper and Vic Mensa to go back and watch a play. You know what I'm saying? So the thing is, man, like I just admire the fact that right now it's a credited program that if you participate in that program, you receive good time. You know what I'm saying? So you get time knocked off your sentence. And it's something for the brothers to do, something productive, something to expand their mind. You know what I'm saying? They got to think about stage setup. They got to think about lighting. They got to get taught about, you know what I'm saying, all these different things they would have never, ever learned. Now, this is not only something you could take to the world, but you can pass along to the next people generation. You know what I'm saying? So, man, I get enough. I get enough just off of them keeping it going, and now that I'm gone, they still keeping it going. That's a blessing for sure.
What I'm saying, it's people like you that's real heroes, man. That's right now doing real things and that need to get highlighted. And I guess, well, this is what I guess you on tonight. All right, brother, man. Listen, you did what? Was it 13 years in jail, prison?
Yeah,
13. Was it straight?
Yeah, it was 13 years straight, from the age of 14 to the age of 27. I was incarcerated, and yeah, it was straight. I visited. I went through 7 different prisons during that time. I transitioned from juvenile prison to adult prison. Because again, I was sentenced to 25 years in prison, which was like overkill, and they knew it. You know, they knew it, and so it was just a matter of time where they gave me at least something back. So I'm glad and thankful that I had to do the whole 25 for real. Hey, like you say, man, because that place ain't no place for a man, period. Because for the ones that y'all telling y'all sending to the Department of Corrections, y'all sending them there to make them think worse, because the environment that prison is the same as the hood, but worse is worse, because now you got not only the activities that run around in the hood, but now you got licensed high school white boys, you know what I'm saying, that feel as though this is their claim to fame because they got a CO position. They like, oh man, I wasn't nothing in high school. These is the cool kids.
Right.
I got a chance to bully them now. And so now you got a lot of that get back game getting played inside of institutions that you got to deal with mentally. And so even that, man, it's like, it ain't no place for nobody, man, for real. And so like the majority of people, like we see, you know, a lot of people, the recidivism rate is real high. You know what I'm saying? Like 1 in 3 people who get released is gonna go back. That's what the numbers say. And it's the reason like that is because the environment of prison it don't help you. It don't help you. It make you worse, for sure. So like you said, it's a blessing that I was able to still remain creative, driven, and live through vision and not by what I see, you know?
Again, you 13 years locked behind, you know what I'm saying, those bars, bro. What the first thing did you eat? What did you eat when you got out? What's
the first thing I ate?
And yeah, brother, I'm sorry. I'm a little hungry.
Yeah, it was a piece of chicken, right? But only a piece of chicken because I didn't have an appetite. I was so excited. I couldn't eat. I didn't care about drinking nothing. I didn't care nothing. So I remember the next morning I had breakfast. Yeah, because I didn't sleep. I didn't sleep for 3 days straight. And I didn't do not a drug. I didn't do no liquor. None of that. I was just pure excitement because it was just a reality, something I've been trying to manifest for so long. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't sleep for 3 days. And then the first thing I remember, I had a breakfast the next morning that was good, like because it was like, man, I've been waiting on this. Eating you like this in there, you know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna get this love. You ain't gonna get it. So I don't eat bacon. I don't eat that type of bacon no more. But just to eat the bacon, I was like, man, it's good. Like, man. Straight up. So yeah, man, it was breakfast for sure for me the next morning.
My people been telling me, man, you gotta learn how to keep your hunger out your content. Like, oh, you're hungry, you know. But how do you feel about rappers in the industry, you know what I'm saying, your peers that you're around, that you talk about the life of being, you know, prison life, or talk about the street life and glorify it? What's your take when you're around them, when you hear their music? Do you be like, dude, you don't know what it's like. You ain't spent 13 years behind straight. Let me shut up.
I'm gonna touch on it from a couple different aspects because it's been a hot topic recently with me and a couple of my friends. I don't agree with a man who knows better, right, to keep glorifying the lifestyle that we have to endure, or perpetuate the negativity that live in our community. Because one, if you know better, you know that we didn't place it there. We didn't bring the guns, we didn't bring the drugs. You know what I'm saying? But we get judged. We get judged for it as though we did. So if you know better and you a rapper, I kind of look at you sidewinkers like, man, come on, man, is it that serious, man? That's not what a gangster is. A gangster is supposed to learn. You're supposed to came from the hood and rose up out of it mentally too. So your bar is supposed to switch up as time went on. You're supposed to start to feed the youth like Hov did. You know what I'm saying? Well, Hov got that 444 was enlightenment. He was like, hold on, I can't keep talking about drugs I sold back in. Nah, I'm gonna try to give y'all a little bit of game that y'all can take on forever. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's how you do it. But I'm gonna start to these young cats that's coming in the game. I also don't want to give no respect to the people who disrespect to the people who do drill rap, because I understand too that when you go through something so much, when you see so much of violence, so much, horror, you're gonna regurgitate what you see. You're gonna, that same feeling that I've been pressed in, I've been stressed out, I've been angry, I've been eating toxic food, I've been drinking toxic this, I've been living in a toxic life. Of course, when I make music, it's gonna sound toxic. It's gonna sound deadly. But coming from an 18-year-old kid or a 22-year-old kid or whatever, 22-year-old man who don't really understand what's happening, he just reciting what he see. I can't get mad at him, but I can't get mad at a 30-year-old man, like you say, that's perpetuating the bullshit. Like, man, come on, man, don't glorify getting out of prison. Prison ain't for cool dudes. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody cool in prison. Everybody I know in prison right now regretting their position, wishing they never did what they did to get them there. You feel me? I don't know not one individual that loved being in there. You know what I'm saying? And I was around the ones who they making the songs about. I'm around the ones who calling the shots. I'm around the ones who the big homies, who everybody big homie, and they don't want that life. They wish y'all to stop rapping about it because they like, man, shit, I made a mistake living that life. I didn't want that life. So yeah, man, I don't take it fondly to fabricators for sure, and I can see through it because it's certain things. These rappers, man, they get to the drawing board and they create a lot of stuff, and I can hear the difference for sure.
No doubt, man. I know you said that it don't, prison don't really do nothing as far as making you a better person.
Mm-hmm.
But what can you tell your boy Cash that you hold on to? Could you say, you know what, I did keep this with me, or I did learn this while I was in there to move like this? Let me shut up.
My relationship with myself, right? Understanding of the power of self, understanding a lot of times your reality is just a reflection of your thoughts. A lot of times your life looks exactly how you feel. You know what I'm saying? So it'd be a matter of, I remember because I used to do a lot of blaming. Like, man, why am I here? I used to even blame God. Like, God, you put me here. Woo, woo, woo. That was my mentality until I was like, hold on, let me take the onus. Once I took the onus of my life and started relying on self and hold myself responsible and accountable, that self-worth I took on with me, because it was like, if I can look within myself and find out that I got this much strength in me, you know what I'm saying, I got this much motivation in me, I discovered a strength in there, you know what I'm saying, that I didn't know I had. So now to this day, when stuff gets stormy, I'm still the same old Moosa because I know what I possess. I'm not swayed by the wind because I'm on a solid foundation that I did build in prison. You know what I'm saying? In the cell, And so it was just about, that self-reliant, self-made stuff, for sure.
Man, no doubt. And where did your name come from?
Most definitely. So, all right, let me give a quick look. The thing about Moosa is it came from my grandma. My grandma called me Moosa first. She passed away before I can ever be old enough to ask her. She passed away when I was 2. Nobody knew why she called me Moosa, right? It went on. I discovered that Moosa actually meant Moses and like Arabic, right? And then I did further research on King Moosa or Mansa Musa, which was an emperor in Mali in the 1800s. Man, he was like the richest, no, 1300s, I believe. He was like the richest man in history. You know what I'm saying? Man, he was worth over $400 billion in Africa, and so he had a hold on the economy. So like the King Moosa is really just a play on Mansa Musa. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and then it's I feel as though I gotta tell, like, every time somebody asks me, I want to make that correlation between King Moosa and Mansa Musa because nobody talks about Mansa Musa. There's not a million movies made about Mansa Musa, but we know who Tesla is, we know who Einstein is, we know who Bill Gates is, we
Right.
know these white great minds or whatever the case may be, but we don't. Our history, when I say one of the richest men in recorded history, might be top two in recorded history. So it's like, why is this person acknowledged? Why is this person brought to light? Why we ain't making films about him? And so, though I did hear that it was something in the works soon, which is dope. But yeah, man, Master Musa, King Musa is the correlation for sure.
No
Shout out to
doubt.
my grand.
Yeah, no doubt. A lot of people just be coming up with names and just, you know what I'm saying, what's your name? Oh, man, you know what I'm saying? I was at a bar. You are activist. You do so much for the, communities. You do so much for the people that's incarcerated. You do a whole bunch of things. How much peer pressure do you face since you got out of jail?
I mean, of course, the pressure is always there. The peer pressure for us to either fall backwards into the old lifestyle or even be of that mind and walk of that. And the thing about me is that again, I've worked on self, and so through any storm, I'm willing to rely on what's real and what's not. I know that, you know what I'm saying. I know that me just being happy, me being peaceful, me being, you know what I'm saying, comfortable, smiling is way better life than toting a gun, watching over my shoulder, or
Right.
this person killing me. Like, I don't even want to manifest that. I don't even want to manifest that. You know what I'm saying? I don't
No.
even rap about this shit over and over and over, and then it happens to me, and they're like, wow, yeah, that's all you talked about was death. You didn't think you was gonna die. You know what I'm saying? You didn't think like every song you talked about killing and death.
Right.
And so yeah, and so man, it's definitely a pressure. But the type of pressure that keep me motivated is the pressure I feel for holding them brothers up that's locked up. Like that pressure to answer the phone when they call, that pressure to make sure they kids straight every once in a while. You know what I'm saying? That pressure that my OG, you know what I'm saying? Like I put her through so much pain for 13 years. I gotta make sure that I make this next 13 great, you know what I'm saying? Because that type of pressure is what motivates me. You know what I'm saying? That type of pressure is what keeps me away from the peer pressure. That don't even let peer pressure be a thing to this day. Like peer pressure, like I could walk amongst my homies and I don't care what they doing. I move like Musa. I don't care if you got a gun and you living how you living. That don't move me. I move like Musa. You know what I'm saying? I get respect. I think I get the most respect because of that. You know what I'm saying? Because I stand on who I am and I don't let the other stuff, you know what I'm saying, dictate my path for sure.
That's a man right there, bro.
Yes, Cam.
Listen, okay, man, let's go back to Governor Pritzker, man. You know, midterms finna come up.
Mhm.
So you'll definitely say vote, keep them in, right?
Yeah.
And when you got out, what was your conversation like with him? Did you get to meet him and did you talk to him and what did he say?
I still have yet to talk to him personally. I definitely sent him a letter, a thank you letter. But it was a lot of backlash for my release. So you had people playing a political game, like, oh, they let this aggressive murderer out. This is how they was coming, and it was like even the state prosecutor in Rockford, she put on the news, oh, I don't want him in my county, and stuff. And it was like, huh? What aggressive man y'all talking about? I ain't been in a fight in 13 years. What y'all talking about, man? So I'm like the most cool, calm, collected individual. So it was like, it was funny, but at the same time it was sad because it was like, man, y'all really playing political games with people's lives. Like I'm an individual because I end up getting a lot of death threats and people telling me they're gonna kill me when they see me and all type of because they wanted to attack the governor. You know what I'm saying? But the governor stood on what he stood on. Like, man, it's individuals who deserved a second chance at life, who could do better for their community out than they do in, and I'm just one of them. You know what I'm saying? And so, man, that's why I say he needs to be there. And I don't think prison should exist, but since he has that frame of mind to at least listen, we never had nobody to listen. We never had nobody to take into consideration the guy who got 4 degrees while he been locked up. You know what I'm saying? could
Wow.
speak languages. You know what I'm saying? He apologized to the victim family. Whatever the case may be, it's individuals who don't belong in prison. Prison's not doing no good for him. It's overkill. Y'all gave a man 30 years. He done did 27. Why is he still there? This governor will take that into consideration and be like, all right, he only had 3 years left. Let him out. The reason why I want him there is because at least that's a shot. You take that away, now you got thousands of individuals that's in prison just sitting again with no hope. And so now you create this environment where, come on, man, like imagine you had life and you was in prison. A lot of stuff you wouldn't care about.
Mm-hmm.
You wouldn't care about getting in trouble. You got life in prison. The fact that the governor is able to give people that chance, it keep a lot of people on the straight and narrow path too. It make people want to better themselves because it's like they at least know somebody's watching. So it do a lot. It do a lot of good. So man, I definitely would love for him to be back in there for that reason. No other reason, literally for that reason.
This thing is more. It's more to it than just you getting out of prison. And you said death threats. You said people your life was threatened by people because of what the governor did for you. You said they wanted to get at him, so they was basically getting at you.
You got to think too, like man, we was in the Trump era. You know what I'm saying? We was in that era of just people spewing crazy, saying whatever they wanted to say, and you know what I'm saying? Like we had because the majority of people who was doing this was white people. And it was like these old white men, you know what I'm saying? You could tell they NRA members, you know what I'm saying? They understand it like you could tell, you know what I'm saying? You know the rhetoric when you hear it, when you see it. And that's how they was coming. They was like, man, let me catch him. I'm going to do what he's supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to do what the governor's supposed to do. I'm going to do all type of stuff, man. So, yeah. So that came about. And it was something I had to deal with for sure because now it made me want to go back to doing what I knew best as a child. Like, okay, I'm living in a dangerous environment. I got to protect myself. So that's a lot for me not to run to a gun because in my mind, it's like these people might kill me if they see me. I don't know who these individuals is. I could be at Walmart, whatever, and they might see me. Oh, there you go right there. You know what I'm saying? And so for me, it was like about protection. I'm thinking about, man, I got to pick up a gun. But I didn't allow it. I didn't allow that fear to overcome me. You know what I'm saying? So I had to be brave through that. Yeah, man, it was crazy time for sure.
You know, being Clemens and things like that, I know you probably, you know, and I don't know your, you know, situation, can't be involved with any firearms or anything like that. Get out and to hear these things or these threats. I mean, that put you in a hard place right there. Yeah, I'm looking at my paperwork. I don't post this. I don't post this. But what I supposed to do? You know, how I supposed to protect myself? You know what I mean? So
that's the reality. Like, what did y'all talking about a law? Okay, you ain't supposed to have a gun, but these people telling me they finna kill me. Make that make sense? See what I'm saying? And then yeah, it's ridiculous for sure.
But shout out to everybody that's tuned in to the world's most exciting and informational podcast on the Planet Cash Count podcast. Tune in to my guests. I mean, maybe having a dope discussion. At least I think so. Bro, just shake your head just for, you know, so I got a job to keep, bro. Okay, family to feed. Anyway, yeah. To me, you know, I don't know no better. You know what I mean? If I knew better, I would have finished school. You know what I mean? So I'm just saying it is like they should have put more things in place for the transition for people like you to when you getting out of prison for being in there so long to coming home. Because if you got death threats and things like that, and people mad at the governor coming to get at you, I just think there should be more things in place. What's your thought about that?
Oh man, I believe so. The resources should be readily and available for individuals coming home. When I came home, it wasn't because I was that first wave, right? But now I've done so much work working with different organizations like Chicago Votes, Fully Free Campaign. I work with IPP right now. I'm a brand ambassador for them.
Right.
But what we're doing now is making the release more pleasable for those individuals who coming home with nobody. You know what I'm saying? So now they could come home to a job. Now they could come home with mental health, wellness. They got therapy included, you know what I'm saying? Teaching them how to meditate, teaching them how to deal with the anxiety, things of that nature, you know what I'm saying? That I could have definitely benefited from. I wish that all that stuff was in place when I came home. But again, you know, we all go pave the way for a reason. And so now, like you say, it isn't necessarily a program, but it is different organizations that will give you these resources to make your transition more smooth. You know what I'm saying? Because it's real traumatizing for individuals that have been gone, especially I know brothers that have been gone 25 years and got clemency. out the blue, because he was doing life and he got 20. He did 25 years, and he got Clemency. And he walked home, he ain't got nobody because his mama passed away, his sister passed away, he ain't got no kids, and that's what we're doing now to just make everybody transition smoother for sure.
This episode, which would be episode 17, on the Cash Count Podcast, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts. And listen, my brother. Okay, talk about what you do. You're a man of many talents, brother. Don't beat me up if I'm getting all what you do is wrong. And then you walking around here like Malcolm X and Martin Luther King. You put together, brother. I mean, come on. I'm looking like a welfare case, brother. I got no excuse. Okay, I'm here like I got a degree in talking. You know,
man, it was more so where to come from. And it's just a lot of built up ambition. One, and then my love for music. I think it was in me. My daddy was a DJ, and so he was one of them Rockford DJs that everybody knew. He's probably the most famous DJ out of Rockford for sure.
You're not gonna shout him out?
Yeah, man. Shout out DJ Groove.
All right, DJ Groove.
For giving me that love for music for sure. And yeah, for me, man, it's so much to be done, right? It's so much to be done. I can't get boxed in as a rapper. I can't get boxed in as an artist either. Or that paint draw. I can't get boxed in for that. It's so much work that got to be done. I was just in Springfield last November, you know what I'm saying, and at the Capitol talking to legislators and the news about, passing voting rights for individuals that's locked up. It's just it's so many avenues, you know what I'm saying, to take down this belly of the beast, man. And so for me, I'm really just lending my soul, bro. Like at the end of the day, like I'm who I am. I like certain things. I fight for certain things, and I open my mouth for certain causes, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, you know what I'm saying? I'm learning music wise when it comes to the industry, the business, you know what I'm saying? Trying to grow, you know what I'm saying? And as I grow, continue to give my message. And hopefully, this fan base will bloom and I can start competing with them Coles and them Kendricks for real.
Oh no. See, your foundation is so solid, bro. You're building a solid foundation for yourself, and you putting out good karma. So good karma gonna come back. We always talk about bad karma, but there's such thing as good karma. What is the thing right now to this day? The very second that I'm annoying you, that you deal with, you say, Cass, I'm having a hard time as Shake.
What was the hardest thing for sure? The hardest thing probably would have to be my relationship with my mom, for sure. Because and I'm gonna say this because it's like me and my mom always been close knit, and so when you realize the amount of pain that the 13 years, it did what it did to me, but I was able to possess it and change it and do what I did, and effectively, it was graceful. It was enough to where it helped me survive. But for her, I was her baby, you know what I'm saying? I was her boy. And so now I got to deal with that pain and transition through that pain. Even though it was always over for me, I'm like, man, I'm free. It's not for her because that pain's still on her soul. And so, man, it's like that's one of the things that's everlasting because it was so grand. The pain was so grand. It didn't just disappear when I got my freedom. You know what I'm saying? So, but these are scars, man. These are scars that nobody talk about. This is the decision. When you make a decision, you got to take this stuff into consideration. Who you gonna hurt? You know what I'm saying? So I guess for me, coming home is still the people I hurt the most is still hurt. You know what I'm saying? And that's the one thing that followed me for real.
Wow, bro. Thank you for sharing with that. And and we don't think about the moms and the fathers or the uncles or the family members that do be hurt. You're not just doing the time alone. It's people that's on the outside, that's there. And I had an older brother that did 18 years. And my mom and my dad and what they was going through, put money on his book, coming to visit them. The nights they was crying, you a real hero, brother. And Rockford, Illinois, man. Let's shout out Rockford again. Tell everybody who's not really familiar with Rockford, Illinois, who are some well-known people that came that besides yourself that's really doing that damn thing that's from your town.
Man. Music wise, we got a lot of young artists coming out, man, that I'm excited about, man. We got a young artist named Zay, man. Please, man, look out for my boy, man. Stream his music, Zay Hoodie. That's HOODY. Zay as in ZAY. Check him out. But y'all know Fred Van Fleet, man, he played for the Toronto Raptors, made the All-Star team this year, man.
No doubt.
Put the city on his back, big championship over there. We got Michelle Williams. They used to be in with the Beyonce and them, Destiny Child. We got Virgin Abloh. I don't know how they say his name. Virgin Abloh. Louis Vuitton.
The designer, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know he's from Rockford.
I didn't know that until he passed away. I'm like, I think somebody told him, don't say that, man.
Yeah, and that's true. And they do that a lot. They do that a lot to us out of Rockford because a rapper I won't name, he had a chance to become the it thing for Rockford, but he got to a platform we started claiming Chicago, and Chicago was like, where you from? You know what I'm saying? So you automatically took your street cred because you can't claim a block you ain't never walked on, homie.
Right.
and they do that in the industry because he told him, like, yeah, Kanye and them told him to do that. No, you don't do that because it'll bite you in the ass. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Virgil, man. Like I say, man, all in all, he still was a big inspiration, man, for what he's seen. For me personally, I'm like, and I was like 3 degrees separated from him because of Vic Mensa, and that's my brother. He had played a big part of bringing me home too. So shout out to bro. But yeah, like, man, it's Rockford got a lot of talent, man. We got some great video directors coming out that's doing big things. We got people that's doing a acting thing that's coming out, man. Rockford, I think Rockford got about a year, and the world gonna know his name for sure.
I know what you're talking about because when back in the day, I remember when I was going out of town for my music and stuff, and I know when I was around some record labels and stuff like that, they would tell me like, where you from? I go, Elgin, you know what I'm saying? And they go, what planet is that? It's like, no, man, it is a city, it's a suburb. You know what I mean? It'd be like Chicago. They'd be like, oh man, Chicago, the mobster, the gangsters, all the documentaries of all that. I'm big on represent Rockford, man. Represent Elgin, man. Put your stopping grounds on the map. It's an unclaimed territory. Why you want to go claim Compton? Or
shout out to Jay. That's why I love J. Cole so much. A lot of people, for some reason, every time I mention J. Cole is one of my favorite artists, they be like, he alright. And I be like, okay. But I look at dude like a small town giant because he didn't say he was from Charlotte. Mm-hmm. He didn't say he was from North Carolina. He said, I'm from Fayetteville. Mm-hmm. You hear me? He goes by like change for a 20. He put his city on, man. He ain't got time. That's how you got to come and do it, man. I feel like Akron. Shout out to LeBron. I'm from Akron, Ohio. You hear me? I'm not from Cleveland. I'm from Akron. So for people like that, man, I admire them because it do take nuts to be like, yeah, they telling me I could claim Chicago. Like me, Chicago love me, and I love Chicago too. Chicago like my favorite place to be outside of, you know what I'm saying, my home. But because they represent me, they keep me fed. You know what I'm saying? I'm always
no doubt.
And so shout out to the city, but my home is my home. You know what I'm saying? I'm who I am. You know what I'm saying? Right. And so yeah,
I was born in Chicago. You know what I'm saying? But I came up here when I was 5, 6 years old, young, and I went to school. Elementary. Be proud where you from. So let me shout again: 847-224 area code, East Town, Elgin in the building, man. Okay, I had it. What type of projects are you working on? Let me shut up.
Music wise, man, it's just been about I got 3 singles I just released a couple months ago. I got that Anxiety, I got that Man in a Minute, I got 13 Summers. I'm shot at 13 Summers. I'm almost at 80K on YouTube on that video, man. That video was powerful. It was potent. So I'm just working on a couple projects, working on an EP. I'm working on the album for 13 Summers, and I'm just excited, man. I'm excited for the new music. I'm finna ratcheting up my presence on these TikToks and these different, Instagram and everywhere else. You know what I'm saying? And so just building this relationship with my fans at this moment for sure. And yeah, man, it's a lot of great things that I wish I could talk on that I can't talk on, but it's happening for sure. Like, it's happening. And I'm just excited with music wise for sure right now.
Man, no doubt. And where did you become Picasso? How do you become Michelangelo, I should say, or Donatello, or Needle? How do you I can't draw worth anything. Now I can draw stick figures. I used to be so like amazed at people that could draw. My sister could draw.
At first I used to think like, oh man, I started drawing in jail. But the whole time when I came home, my mama, she had some artifacts that I had drew when I was a shorty. And I was amazed. I'm like, I did that. You know what I'm saying? So I guess it always been in me. One of them things that I did, I just did home, but I had a natural, because they say, when you go through life and it's like little quirks that you like, you might like to do this, you might like to do that. That's the true you. And so I never knew I liked the art the way I did until I got down and gave it the time it deserved. And then yeah, the skills just they prosper, man, for sure. So now I'm a dope, one of the best portrait artists for sure around. So yeah, man.
I'm pretty sure you did a lot of work in there, right? When you was locked up. Like, did it help take your mind off your time? What go through your mind? I'm not no artist. I told you.
It's funny because like when you drawing, you need to be peaceful. You need to be calm. You need to be collected. And it's hard to accomplish that in jail. But the fact that you do it is a feat in itself, and then it also pushes you to let you know how far your mind could go. So for me, yeah, man. While I'm drawing, it's a form of meditation. It's about letting my mind to be focused on this, but also let it drift and do what it do while I'm drawing. I know it's a place of tranquility. You know what I'm saying? Like it's one of them things that artists know. They know that feeling, and nothing like
How was prison doing? How bad was COVID in prison? Because on the outside, we was hearing that prisoners was dying in some institutions, in some prison, and people was
yeah.
getting sick and wasn't getting care. Where you was? How bad was it?
When I left, we was all on lockdown, and then the COVID cases had just begun to rise. Right, so I left April 2020. By May 2020, it had got worse. People started dying alarmingly, like at alarming rate. You know what I'm saying? I knew 6 people personally that passed away from COVID, and so it was like it was crazy, man. Because they telling us globally, y'all gotta distance yourself 6 feet. That was the first thing they was telling us. Distance yourself 6 feet. You in a cell? Where you go? Where six? You only got 6 feet in the cell. So how I'm gonna distance myself from this dude who got COVID? So I just got to breathe this air in, and it was crazy, man. So individuals definitely was passing away. The way that they did them, man, the way that they treated them was ridiculous. It's still ridiculous. They ain't figured it out yet. Like for real, they ain't figured it out yet.
Wow, man. Thank you, man. Wow. And how have the governor did? What type of job you think he have done so far handling this whole situation, man?
Oh yeah, I'm confused. I'm gonna keep it real with you when it comes to COVID and they procedures and what they don't allow, what they is allowing. I'm confused on that level. But I
What you
think
confused about?
I'm just confused about how like we uplifting mandates. We said but 2 weeks ago the numbers was back on the rise with some
A new one, yeah. A new
what
one,
happened
right.
to it? I'm just like, didn't it just come? Like, what happened? So it's like now they saying we gotta wear masks, and now we gotta. So I'm like just confused by it all. But when it comes to the governor, I think that now he should be still releasing people, but he's not because I think he's scared. Politically, he don't want to release the wrong person. Politically, he don't want to make the wrong move because it's election. So they've been like having a halt on the clemency since like last August. Nobody came home no more. And it's because of that, I think. So I think if he need to just, as a man, get over the political thing and do the right thing, man. You know what I'm saying? Release
Right.
the guys, man. Free the guys, man.
Free the guys, damn it. Okay. I think that's also, why not just in Illinois, but man, you don't have to wear masks and things because the midterms is here. I think that's also part of that. To be honest with you, but that's just me. You know how it is. I'm not saying it is for this particular governor. It's just crazy, man. But listen, we live in Illinois, man, and let me shut up. Let me shut up because I want to be here for my next interview.
Yeah.
But make sure y'all tune in to the interview. I think when is it released, bro? Next Monday with Joseph Marcel. He played Jeffrey of Fresh Prince of Bel Air, the original Fresh Prince of Bel Air on Cash Count Podcast that would drop on the YouTube and on also Tommy Ford Soulmate Girlfriend. Tommy from the Martin Show. I ain't got no job, dog. Soulmate. I interviewed his girlfriend when he died of 6 years, and she did an all-out exclusive everything about what was he thinking about the Martin Show, what was he doing with his last words before he died. It's very powerful. Make sure you tune in. It's already on the podcast. But brother, I just want to say this to you again, bro. Thank you for taking your time out to be annoyed by me. You are definitely making a difference. I'm proud of knowing that we from around the same stumping blocks, bro. And I want to make sure we link up and I can use my resources, my voice, and my platforms to what you got, because I'm sure you got some great ideas. Matter of fact, what's some ideas you got out there? I know you can't give your recipe out.
Yeah, man. Now it's about trying to just further my presence. I'm finna release some clothes real soon. Just continue that and then strengthen my. I'm gonna start this thing while we go do called Moosa Mansion. and it's just gonna be a place where me and my people can vibe, like you say, man. Not no fans, but my friends, my family can come and we just vibe, man, and we just talk about everything. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm on this spiritual journey, so I'm interested to in line with people who think like me, who on the same road as I am, and trying to get the same fight done as I am. But also, before I leave, I want to tell everybody to follow me, King Moosa, on all streaming platforms. I'm King Moosa on YouTube. I'm KXNG_Moosa on IG, and I'm King Moosa 6 on Twitter. Man, get up with me, man, for sure. That's why I say, like, when Tory had did that NFT joint, when he dropped that I forgot what it's called, like last night or something. When he dropped that NFT, that Dark Knight NFT, it was a song, but he changed the game because it was like he showed people that you don't need these people to be considered, you know what I'm saying, relevant. You don't need these people at all, man. And so any move that shows independence and power, I'm with it.
What about Snoop Dogg and Death Row?
Snoop Dogg, you feel me? Snoop Dogg, shout out to the big bro, man. Like that's epic. You know what I'm saying? That's epic, man. That now he owns that. You know what I'm saying? Again, because we was a part of history, even though we was making the history, we wasn't seeing all of the money. Now he owns that. That's a good look. I like it.
If Tupac was alive right now, would you think he'd approve Snoop Dogg running on Death Row?
Death Row? I'm not sure. I think that I don't think he would have let that happen because I think that he probably saw himself as, you know, you know what I'm saying? Like, sure, man, give me that. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. That's interesting. Just want to say thank you, man. I appreciate this platform, man. Keep doing what you do, man. Bringing awareness to true, real stories, man. I admire that for sure. And yeah, man. Just look forward to hearing a lot from you, man. In the future, keep following me, man. I'm following you, man. Let's take it there.
That's enough said, man. You a rock for the building, man. Thank you again, man. Ladies and gentlemen. Yo, teamwork make the dream work. That is so true. We learned that firsthand building this podcast. Just want to salute each and every one of you that have donated to this podcast. Salute each and every one of you that have had the heart to donate. We just want to say thank you to you as well. You guys have been a blessing to us. So now we want to be a blessing to you. Be a blessing, receive a blessing. Now when you donate to us, you receive a blessing from us. First option. Any donation $5 and up, you get to submit any question or any comment, and I will answer your question or just your comment live on an upcoming episode and shout you out. Any donation $10 and up, you get to pick a topic, any topic you want of an upcoming episode of this podcast. Plus everything in the first option. Any donation $20 and up, get to be my guest on an upcoming episode of this podcast. Plus everything in the first and second option. Any donation $50 and up, you get to be a partner in crime. Yeah, you heard me. Partner in crime. You get the co-host an upcoming episode of this podcast. You get to see my notes, her notes, his notes, behind the scenes. You get the co-host an upcoming episode of this podcast with us. Plus, you get everything in the first option, second option, and third option. Can't beat that. And any donation over $100, this podcast belongs to you. Everything is in your hands. From the topic, to the guest, to the arrangement, to the credit. Plus, everything in the first option, second option, third option, and fourth option. Be a blessing, you receive a blessing. Now, when you be a blessing to us, be a blessing to you. Send all donations to Cash Up, $, be nothing be us. Giving is living. Help make this podcast #1. We're changing how media is done.
News Cash Cam listeners, you can now take Cash Cam everywhere you go. Never miss an exclusive interview. Now available on all major platforms.
Yo, I'd like to say thank you for tuning in to episode 17. Make sure you download this episode and make sure you tell all of your friends and family do the same. I mean, everybody that have eyes, have a brain, and have a soul. Make sure you download every episode. Episode 18 coming your way.
Cash Cam